Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk and today I'm joining in with the Stamp Around UK video hop and it's January 2025. Woohoo! Happy New Year everyone. And the first video hop of our year is going to be a colour challenge. So we've got Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue and Bubble Bath, which as you can see go together beautifully well. So we're to make a card using these colours and a basic, so I've used basic white. And do look in the details down below. Number one, you'll find the measurements for my card, and number two, you'll find a list of everyone taking part in the video hop. And do go along and have a look. We have lots of demonstrators, all with very different talents and techniques that they like, so there'll be lots of lovely different cards and projects for you to go and have a look at and start the new year. So I've used one of our online exclusives, which is the classic wedding bundle. So it's a stamp and die set, and it's got a few little sentiments as well. I was trying to think what they were called there. Another one down there, just married, and some cans that you can hang off the back of the car, as you can see here. I've also used a new, I think it's new, not 100%, embossing folder called Starstruck, and this uses 2 clear plates when you're embossing, so that's just your platform, no thin die adapter and 2 clip plates. I write the instructions on here because I can never remember, and then I cover it up with magic tape because I found if I didn't cover it up with magic tape it just rubbed off and then you've no idea. So that's the embossing folder I've used, and I've also added in the perennial postage dies for my sentiment, which is there. Right, let's get started. Hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. So, and looking forward to January 2025. Wow, quarter of the way into the new century. Right, so I've got all the stuff I need here to make the card. Now I've already done some stamping and die cutting, just because we do try, because we've got quite a few videos in this hop, we do try and keep them fairly short. So I've already stamped and die cut and coloured my car and my little bow with my cans. Yeah, and I think this time I've done it the right way around. So I've done it with the sort of ends at the bottom, and I think that does look better than the ends at the top. And that's the way it cuts it out on the die, if you see what I mean. So there's the die, okay, and it sticks onto this, and I think it's, you know, because Stampin' Up do things like this, they are all coordinated, so I think it sticks on like that, and to stick it on like that your little ends are at the bottom, so that's the way I'm going to do it on this card. Okay, so, and you can see they just stick on, they've got little plates to just stick on, so really easy and simple to do. Right, okay, so let's get stamping. So I've got this square, it's 10 centimetres square, and I've done that because I'm using a stamping platform, but I'm turning it round. So to get everything, and I knew I was going to have to do 3 images. So the one for the original card, the one for the final one that's going on the card, and then the one to show you what to do. So I wanted to line them up so that I didn't have to keep changing them. So I lined them up, and then I've done them all on a 10 centimetre square, so they should all line up beautifully. So they are quite easy to line up, and I'll show you how I did it in a second. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my bubble bath, and I'm going to ink that up. So just inking that up. It is a distinctive stamp, so you get lots of colours, lots of tones, should I say, using just the one stamp. And then I've got my little whiteboard rubber just to press it down, and as you can see, when I take that off, lots and lots of texture on your stamp there. I'll give that a quick wipe. There we go. And then I'm just going to turn this round and pop it here, and I'm going to stamp again, but this time with the Balmy Blue, and I'm just going to check it's lined up, and it does appear to be. I'm just going to drop this back so I can actually see. Now, my hint and tip for this is I first of all lined up the two tail lights. So I lined those up and then lined this line of the bumper, so the top line of the bumper with the bottom line of the car, and I found that's the best way to do it. So tail lights first and then line up the bumper, making fine adjustments. Make sure your card's in the corner still, and then I'm going to ink this up with the Balmy Blue. I've done it this way as well because our inks are fairly opaque. Even the pale colours are opaque, so I wanted the darker colour on top, the details on top of the background stamp. So I did the... Blech. I was going to say Blushing Bride, but it's not, it's Bubble Bath. Blushing Bride is gone. So I'm going to just stamp that again using my little whiteboard rubber. Our doofers. I'm still thinking of a name for these. I'm sure there is one, an official name somewhere. And there you go. See, beautifully lined up. And I am now just... Then what I did next was I just coloured it in using a pale Balmy Blue pen. And I didn't do any shading or anything. I just coloured in the bumper and the window frame in the pale Balmy Blue pen. This one. So this, we can use this with our inks because this is alcohol based and our inks are water based. You can do it with a Stamp and Write marker, but you do have to be careful because if you colour over the lines they will bleed because they're both water, so you are better using the alcohol blends for this colouring, or just leave it white. I quite like it white as well actually. So if you don't have the alcohol blend, you could just leave it white. Or there are die cuts in the set. So if I just show you, if I can find the dies. This is the number plate, the bumper. And this is the window frame. So you could always die cut these out and add them. Okay. So there are other ways, you know, you don't need to colour, and you could perhaps colour those in grey. You could even do it in pencil if you wanted. So just you see lots and lots of different dies as well. Stars and flowers, hearts and roses. So but I thought I'd keep this one fairly simple. Right, so I've got my car that I'm going to die cut out. And then I used, on this piece, I stamped my sentiment, and I stamped "To the Happy Couple" is inside. So, and "On Your Wedding Day" I put at the front. You could do it either way. Should we ring the change? So I put "To the Happy Couples," and then I put "Congratulations on your wedding day" inside. See? Do what you want. I mean, you know, what I love about Stampin' Up is flexibility and coordination. So I am going to put "To the Happy Couple" there. And then just I stamped the cans in green as well. Okay. So you can see, so the labels come out green, and then I coloured the rest in the pale Balmy Blue again. So, and the green is Granny Apple Green. Right, so I'm just going to cut out that sentiment using my mini cut and emboss machine, which is down next to me. Let's close that before we have any unhappy accident. Okay. Everything out of the way, and in we come. I've just recently treated it to some new plates. You wouldn't know because they're already been hammered. It's just so easy. I keep it on the shelf next to me by my desk, and it's just there whenever I need it. So I'm just going to position this die. So this is like the ticket die from the perennial postage die sets. Loads of different square and rectangle dies with that, so a really useful set to have. So I'm just going to line that up That looks about straight, and I've got a piece of dye tape here. Right. And when you put it through, make sure you've got a plate in. And I'm going to put it at a slight angle so it's not hitting the rollers straight on. There's just a bit of an angle, a bit of a corner in first. So, go. There we go. So it's going to crease that card a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Right. Okay, let's put that back on the floor for now until I fold it up. And there we go, so that's our sentiment. Whoops. Right, so let's assemble the card now. So, oh, let me straighten this. I don't like it when it's not straight. There we go. Do you know, I was wondering why it was dark, and it's dark because I haven't put the light on. Terribly sorry. It makes it better. So you can really see there the faceted gem sparkling away there. Right, so that's for the inside, and I've got, see this is the embossed paper, and it is a little star with like a starburst around it and then some dots. I thought it was really nice. This is 13.9 by 9.5, 14.4 by 10, and then this is half a sheet of A4, so I've cut it at 10.5, scored it at 14.85 to get my card base. So again, measurements below, and don't forget when you go around looking at all the other ones and including mine, thumbs up and comments. Any interaction helps the algorithm and gets us seen more. So there we go, and then putting on the embossed layer. There you go. Just love the way these colours are working together. Another tip is with this piece, I cut it to 13.9 by 9.5 and then embossed it. Another way of doing it, which actually you see these borders are wider than those, is to actually take a quarter sheet, so say a bigger sheet, 10.5 by 14.85, emboss it and then cut it to size, because obviously this embossing shortens the paper. So because it's, you know, it's changing its profile, so it's bound to affect it. Right, so I'm then going to glue these, and now because this is a landscape card, I'm actually gluing it to the handle of the boot. A lot of people do it there on the bumper, but it'd be too long for this card, so I'm just putting it on the handle of the boot. There we go. Just a little bit of Tombow on there, and then oops, it's moving all over the place. There we go. Just popping it on the handle of the boot there. I think when these sorts of cars had handles of boots that you could tie things to. I know modern cars really don't. In fact, they don't really have bumpers either. I don't know where they tie them to these days. So I'm just looking at the cars over the road to see if they've got proper bumper bars, but they don't. Right, okay, so we need some dimensionals. So I've got some here. So I'm going to use the mini ones on the cans. So, and then the bigger ones on the car itself. Oops. So that's 1, 2, 3. Because I think with it needs to sort of stand away from the embossing. So a couple on the wheels. One where I'm going to put the diamante, so that's, I can just see through the card, that's where the bow is. Okay, and then a few more. Right, so scissors. I used to just use all the middles, then come back and use the edges later, but then I was finding I was going in my drawer and all I had was sheets and sheets of edges. So now I am determined I'm finishing a sheet before I get a new one out. Okay, I've probably got more than I need on here. So better be safe than sorry. Okay. And just take these little ones off. There we are. So if you want some more cards made with this set, my February coffee and card is going to be the classic wedding set. So they will start going up on the first Thursday in February 2025. Okay, that's straightish. There we go. So there's the car, and then I just need to pop. I'm actually going to take that little edge off. It's a bit too deep. Pop this on the back. Oh, it'll go there. Go on that corner there. See, waste not, want not. In the corner there to the happy couple, and I am using the iridescent faceted gems which are in the main catalogue. I just love these, they are just so cute, and I think I used a big one. I did use a big one. They're so precious, these. There we go. And then I just need to stamp the inside. So we've used to the happy couple, so we now want, what have we got? To the happy couple we don't want. And on your wedding days on there, and then I've got congratulations. So I'm going to actually print type this, stamp this in Granny Apple Green. So, congratulations, and then on your wedding day. So as I say, these sentiments are interchangeable. There we go. Congratulations on your wedding day. How lovely is that? And I'm going to pop that in the middle. And then we're done for this month. Do hop along, have a look in the description, as I say, about all the other demonstrators that are taking part. Get lots of ideas of how to use these three gorgeous colours. And thank you for Janice for choosing them. So, okay. There we go. Oh, and that one, this piece is 9.5 by 13.9, but as I said, all the measurements are in the bottom. Okay, thank you very much for watching right till the end, and see you soon. Bye.